Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS. Fans, brews, and Broncos news. Broncos country, welcome to the post-game podcast live. We're going to do things a little differently tonight. We're basically going to sit here and stare at each other for 55 minutes. And then in the last 5 minutes, we're going to make all of our points and just make it the best show, literally, of all time, not just of ours, but of all podcasts everywhere. So hang on, guys. It's going to be a long, boring 55 minutes. Painful. You're probably going to yell at us, scream at us, all that stuff, but it'll be worth it in the last 5 minutes there. So welcome to the show, guys. Post your comments, post your questions. We got the full crew here with us tonight. We got Adam, John, and Flagman. Mr. Scott is in. We're all in the house, ready to break this down, guys. And honestly, I've been debating all day. Do we just start with the fourth quarter? Or do we force ourselves to cover the first three quarters just to get it out of the way and then end on the just top of the mountain, cloud nine conversation about the fourth quarter? What do you guys want to do? I'll put it up to a vote. We're a democracy here at Bourbon Broncos and OBS.
All about democracy here. I mean, I think we could get kind of ranty with like the first part of it, but I mean that if we're talking about substance, that 5 minutes was probably the best 5 minutes of football maybe ever. I don't know. Is that overselling it?
No, literally, I don't think it is.
I feel like, we're going to touch it all. I think we're going to hit. We don't have to go in order. We're going to hit everything in this hour as much as we can. I'll put it that way. I think you could spend an hour on each of those scoring drives if you wanted to, dissecting everything.
Oh, easily.
Easily. We're not going to run out of things to talk about.
Sure. I love it. Scott, what do you think, buddy?
Well, here's the deal. I had so much stuff to put away from that tailgate. Kevin had to leave early.
Because somebody was doing the show for the first time by
to go
themselves.
get one of these.
Yeah.
So
I didn't get one.
I
didn't get one.
With all kinds of things. So we didn't even get in there until, I don't know, fourth quarter. We walked in, and I'm like, what the heck's going on?
Fourth quarter. You walked in on the fourth quarter. Sure you did, Scott.
Well, we didn't miss anything in the first three, so what does it matter? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest.
In that case, yeah, that's probably glad that you didn't walk in until the fourth quarter. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, guys, people stopped streaming to the exits very quickly.
Yeah.
I was surprised I didn't see more people coming back in.
Yeah.
So there was already people like on the cusp, like, okay, fine, let's leave. Probably because somebody was like, I want to go home. Okay, fine, let's go. But then the score happened there. Whoa. So there was a very clear delineation, but a lot of people left early. And so my very first point that I want to make here, guys, rule number one for going to a sporting event, do period, not period, leave period early. Do not leave early. Okay. I don't care how bad the game gets. I don't care if it's Super Bowl 48 bad. You watch that thing to the end because you never know what kind of crazy thing you're going to see. So if you're somebody who left the game early, turned off the game, went to go do the dishes or get some whatever. No, bad on you. You missed out. So anyway, and look, so here's my first overall, or I guess second overall comment that I want to, then it'll open it up to you guys. It seems to me that the offense, who's obviously the one that's struggling the most here in terms of the team, they do best when they're under pressure and Sean Payton just says, Bo, go do your job. Go do it, right? You know what I expect from you. We have the same understanding. go get it done. Bo go gets it done. So why don't we just adapt that into our main game plan of saying, hey, Bo, you know the game plan. You understand what's expected. Here's the early script. But from there, go play your game. We'll talk throughout the game and we'll work it, but this is yours. I don't know. It seems like Sean is very heavy. And then as soon as like, okay, Bo, I have to let you go because we're in a hurry up offense situation. That's when Bo flourishes. I don't know. Take it away, guys. What do you think?
Screenplays.
I mean, the Broncos. Go ahead.
I'm
Scott.
going to vomit next time I see a screenplay from the Broncos. Do them right.
Yeah.
Second off, you don't need 10 of them in a game.
Right.
I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah. It seemed like every other play was a bubble screen or a wire
Right.
security. Just every other play is like they get it. The jig is up. All right, you're not fooling anybody. And so yeah, it was just what's crazy is just how we performed in the fourth quarter this year. It's like 51-7 or something like that. Almost half of our points for the year have come in the fourth quarter, and that's ridiculous. Like, what is going on? Why is it taking 3 quarters for something to happen? And then yeah, it's like we open up the playbook in the fourth quarter for some reason. But like, let's get started earlier, guys. We gotta get the momentum. We gotta get things going for our offense earlier. And in most of these games, it's not happening.
Right. I mean, situationally, there is a huge difference between what you call the beginning of the game versus what you call at the end of the game. But I think honestly, if you're being generous, you could say that Sean Payton's play calling has been questionable, and then for literally anybody else, it's been god awful. And it's not. It's a bunch of things. To Scott's credit, it's the 18 bubble screens to Marvin Mims or to Evan
Worse
Ingram.
yet, Franklin.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think at this point we're seeing that Troy Franklin has two sides of him. There's the good side, and then there's the side that is very bad, and there's no middle ground. And I'm just Troy, can we get in the middle, please? There's no flow, there's no continuity until it's like the guy in the group assignment that only gets his stuff done at the very last minute, but he needs that last minute motivation to make him do good. But in that they do good. So what do you do? How do you get a better start? How do you get them to not need those miracle finishes? Because at some point you won't get a miracle finish. That's the nature of the beast, and it's like the best thing in the world and the worst thing in the world, knowing that you have that in you to do it, but then it's almost like teams fall in love with it because they know they can do it or they've done it once. So I really hope this isn't this is a prelude to things getting better and not maybe staying the same. I don't know.
Obviously, I just cut this. This isn't edited for the show to look pretty or anything, but look at that. 0, 0, 0, 0 against the Giants, who aren't like a top tier scary defense.
No.
This is just them failing. And now, you look at this, and again, I know the first 12 plays are scripted, whatever like that, but you open up with 5 or 6 pass plays in a row. Yeah. Come on. There was no run game early on, and then you find yourself so far down. Yes, it's a lot of really bad penalties. Most of them on us, but I'd say at least 3, if not 4, just straight up bullshit. But right. I would, look, here's how I'm going to say this, guys. I'm kind of, my plan going into the fourth quarter, my plan was to give you guys the day off. Because by this point going into the fourth quarter, I had an hour-long rant, all pre-planned, inside my noggin, ready to come on here and do an hour-long soapbox. It was done. It was written, signed, stamped, delivered. Right? Then the fourth quarter happened.
Yeah, then magic happened.
And it's like, but so where is the disconnect? Because you see these two extremes over the last 3 weeks, especially. Two extremes of the Broncos offense cannot do anything. And then all of a sudden it turns into They are doing everything perfectly. I mean, the last 5 drives, especially this is the time where teams are hyped up. The Giants are about to upset the Broncos. They're playing on their top edge, right? Last 5 drives, touchdown, field goal. 2 of those touchdowns, 2 successful 2-point conversions. That is firing on all cylinders. So, guys, help me understand and I know I'm kind of the one going on a lot of soapboxes tonight, so forgive me. I said it was all in my head. Where's this disconnect, and why can we not connect these two where it's on all cylinders the whole time? I'll shut up.
Speaking of firing,
Uh-oh.
does the Giants have a job?
Oh,
No.
talk about mile high magic. It wasn't so much for
my
us to get
God.
the kick through. The wind blew at the right moment, man.
I mean, so go ahead.
Really quickly, wind blowing at the right moment. I want you guys to realize a couple things. Demaryius Thomas getting inducted into the Ring of Fame. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. But he passed away when he was 33 years old. We scored 33 points in the 4th quarter. That last drive for the field goal was 33 seconds long. They missed 2 extra points. Or maybe the wind blew in just the right direction, and maybe our old friend DT was helping us out one last time. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
If you're a numerologist, you're like, oh my God, I got to figure this out for the lottery this week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Threes. All
Powerball.
3.
All threes.
Yeah.
All threes.
I mean, yeah, there was something more going on in that 4th quarter. That's all I have to say, because almost everything had to go our way perfectly for us to be in that game. And then the Giants, got some help with the refs. So it's like, okay, maybe not everything is going to go in our way.
Some help.
Yeah, some help. We had the deflected touchdown to answer it with their own touchdown. So it was just like back and forth for a little bit. And then, I think we're all doing the math in our heads. Like, we don't have enough time to do enough drives to even be back in this game. It felt like the first touchdown was, maybe we were just getting some, motivation for next week or something like that. Hey, we're not getting shut out anymore. Great. Some emotional victories there. And then all of a sudden you look up and it's a game again. And there's, minutes left on the clock, and greatest 5-6 minutes. That whole 4th, I had to rewatch the 4th quarter today because
I need to. I'm still I need to come down a little bit.
I even knew how it ended, and I'm still getting nervous, goosebumps before that kick. Not feeling like it feels like it's not going to go in, and it does. It's just
here's the deal. This team has a death wish. We want to make it hard. We want to screw it up. We want the close penalties to go against us so badly that after we win the damn game, we run 15 yards down the field, hollering at a referee to get suspended for the second game this guy is playing. I guess he probably needed one more game to rehab. But what the heck are we doing? You won the damn game.
Yeah.
So you're going to go down and threaten a referee?
I wish I could know what was exactly said.
Yeah, who knows what was said?
I doubt he said, I'm going to wait for you in the parking lot, but he probably didn't know. Hey, you're an idiot.
Threatened you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Drew Greenlaw comes up to you and says, you're an idiot. Get your crap together. And maybe it wasn't about this game. Yeah. Maybe it was about another game before. Not very good decision making.
Either way.
That's the problem with this team. We make stupid decisions when we don't need to. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
No, but to Kevdan's point, and to piggyback off that, for a team that is laser locked in when they need to be, why are they not laser locked in for the rest of the game? Yeah. And it's a rhetorical question because I don't know that anybody here has a great answer for that. But it is. You can do that against the Giants and the Titans of the world. but we've seen when it's against good teams. We've seen what happens when it's against good teams, and the good teams have that little bit more that we haven't been able to overcome yet. So, you have it in your back pocket.
A huge part of that little thing we can't overcome is just pure discipline, which is again. So 3 or 4 of those penalties yesterday, complete and utter horse crap.
Yes.
Right? That game was not
100%.
called well in any way, which is why I can understand why Greenlaw at least had a temptation to do that, because it was like, especially on that last PI. But part of my thing going into the fourth quarter was, we deserve to lose. Even if we didn't get any penalties whatsoever, we deserve to lose, and the score was going to be about the same. Right. So you can't tell me that the refs were. So we won despite the refs. We won despite ourselves.
Yeah.
And guys, in the comments, I'm sorry, I'm not getting to a whole bunch of them. I'm trying to keep up with them. So let's get to some of the comments here and see some of the comments that these guys have and get them involved. Ken, so what do you guys think about this? We have a Sean Payton problem. Yeah. Is that part of it?
No.
There's an article up on the website where somebody made an point to I read it. I think the person is a literary giant. I'm sure he is. And handsome.
Probably short in stature, but literary giant.
No, he is tall and angular.
I'm sorry, I had to.
But I mean, I think it's fair. I it's one of those things of like file it under things that will never happen. I mean, they brought it up at the presser today. Have you thought about maybe giving up the play sheet? No. Okay. So, but I think is it completely out of left field? No. And especially with how bad the offense has been 3 games in a row now. Yeah, I think that's completely fair to at least to have it on the table.
I think Rick 𝐁𝐫𝐤𝐿 is looking for a job. Oh, Skaggs might be looking for a job as an OC.
No.
There's always Fangio. He is tearing it up in Eagle Land. I just think we need to be very, very careful about scapegoating the head coach when he has actually turned the culture in the right direction. Now, could he work on a little bit of giving some of that stuff away? Even Shanahan used to do that with Kubiak.
No, not that one. Not that one.
I'm just saying, be careful what we wish for, because we've seen the dregs. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I know what we're going to get with this guy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think it doesn't matter. We're going to keep Sean Payton. I mean, it's not like he's in the hot seat or anything like that.
No.
But John, I was going to ask you. We rewatched the fourth quarter already. I haven't yet. But did you notice something like this? Were there less personnel change? Was that just because we were in more of a hurry up offense? Probably.
I think so.
But I'm thinking that's also. You see, there's like 3 or 4 substitutions on almost every freaking single play.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, that first scoring drive, what did we do? We ran the damn ball. And it goes back to what we talked about earlier. The first 5 plays were passes. It might have been the 5th play that was finally a run to Mims. So like a little bit of a gadget play. So, and then the 6th one was like a legitimate run play. And so we started running the ball. And look what happened. The offense got in a rhythm. Now, obviously, 6 minutes left in the game, you can't run it as much. But had we started that flow earlier, like, who knows? Like, we could have gotten going earlier. And I don't know. It seems like I can't figure out what Sean Payton's game plan is. Halfway through the third quarter, I was like, whatever it was, it clearly was not working. And I had a lot of questions up to that point of some of the decision making and, like a 3rd and 5 play that goes deep to Franklin. Like, what?
Yeah.
It seems like Bo can do the deep ball when it's a back shoulder pass, and that's about it. Which is, I mean, he does those very well. We saw that in the last 2 drives. But look, whatever it took, the point is we still scored 33 points in this game. So the offense did eventually get going. And Bo had 2 game-winning drives, or at least I thought the first one was a game-winning drive.
Yeah, basically he had 2. Yeah.
And with 33 seconds left, he got 2 amazing passes to 2. I mean, the first one. Again, I think there was something bigger at play there because I think that was going to Sutton. But the second one to Sutton was an amazing pass. 39-yard field goal is a lot easier than a 60-yard field goal. So,
well, and how about we did get a little help from the Giants there on whichever player decided to lollygag just a little too long. And good on the Broncos for hurrying up, doing their job. Like, hey, get set, hike, snap. Like, great. So we got an extra 5 there, which definitely was. So, dude, like, that's not the time to start like just jogging back.
Right. I was having Michael Dean Perry of PSD flashbacks there.
There you go.
Of his fat ass not being able to get off the field quick enough. But yeah, like total heads up. Veteran move from Bo Nix, who is looking around, spots Brian Burns, and then tells everybody set so that he can spot. I mean, whatever happened on the drive, because I'm sure we're going to talk about the drive. I'm already getting animated talking about that was a veteran freaking move right there. Got you a first down, and probably if they didn't get another yard, makes that field goal that at least puts it in Lutz's range instead of just outside of his range there. So
better yet, stop the clock.
And stop the clock.
Yeah. And look, there was no panic in this team at this moment. 33 seconds. And there was no panic. And that's coaching. So everybody that is, hey, fire Sean Payton.
Oh, I'm not.
Just remember.
I don't think anyone's saying fire.
No.
I think they just want to take the play calling away, which he's not going to do. Like, we can just stop.
He's not. And I think, I truly do believe, come November and December, all these personnel changes are going to start paying off because you've rotated people in throughout the year and given them some live fire. And maybe in that late December game, when you've got other people injured, somebody that's been in this situation is going to step up.
Yep.
And again, I didn't understand why they had McLaughlin in last week. This week, it was Badai. And this is why I didn't understand why they had McLaughlin in, because Badai has actually stepped up most of the games that he's played in, which is more than McLaughlin. But you got to keep McLaughlin active because you might need him in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And, you know, the defense has got to start getting laser focused on some of these teams. They let so many drops in coverage, drops in just integrity. Most of the Giants didn't march down the field.
No.
I mean, give me a break. Cover somebody.
Three scores.
They don't have any receivers.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's what's frustrating. And I love the defense, and that's our bread and butter. But shit, that's a pride thing. You've got the no-fly zone in the audience, and you put up that kind of performance.
Yeah, seriously.
Not throughout the game, but just at the wrong moments.
Yeah. Well, here's the other. There was a lot of lead up and build up to this game. Obviously, honoring the Super Bowl 50 team, honoring Demaryius Thomas at halftime. Do you think that? So I think everyone expected them to come out and just be laser focused, like you said, and be on their A game. Do you think there's a part of that got in their head a little bit in the wrong direction, where they were putting the pressure on themselves before the game?
Very possible.
I think that's an entirely valid question, because it seems there's something going on in the first part of the game, and yet when they need those drives, they got it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think there's something totally to that, where they're almost trying too hard.
The fourth quarter.
Here's the other thing, and I don't like bringing.
They needed him a little earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the other thing I was thinking, they've had a few long weeks, guys. Yeah. You know, traveling out to Philadelphia, then immediately on the jet over to London. No bye week after that game. That was a hard-fought, ugly game, but it was still hard-fought. Come back home after a week in London, so now you're jet-lagged again for the second time in a week, basically a week and a half. And you're back at it, trying to get in a regular schedule here at home. You're catching up with your family. Like, there are other things that could very well possibly. Then you got oh man, but now we're back and Super Bowl 50 guys are here. Like this is huge, and DT,
Sure.
like we know how big that is for this team and for the fan base. So look, that's a fair point. It could be just, there was a lot of things all at once, and it's kind of like I don't like giving them too many excuses because they're getting paid millions of dollars to do this. But you also have to recognize that they are humans at the same time. So
Well, that's a Sean
That's a good
Payton
point.
problem, though. They had the opportunity to have a bye week.
Yeah,
Sean Payton wanted his later, and maybe it pays off down the line. But it almost nipped him in the ass, just like last year when he moved a game up so he could get a longer bye week before playing Cincinnati. I mean, sometimes he just overthinks things, and I am a 100% Sean Payton backer. But man, dude, what are you doing to your team? Why are you doing it? Why
going to Garrett Bowles in the end zone? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You got to get a better call. You got to get a better throw.
Now it was tipped. It was tipped.
It was.
But that's the play you go with there.
Pull that off,
Why is that the play? Why is that the call? Why?
Hey, we need a touchdown right here, right now. Out of all of your players, who's the guy you're gonna go to? The left tackle, baby, all day long.
Wide open though. If he makes,
he can hold anything except for the football. Now again, it was tipped. It was tipped. It was tipped.
I mean, that's not.
I had to.
Zing.
I never thought I would say that Bo had Bowles open for that touchdown. I never thought
he did have.
You had him open, and as soon as I heard 72 is eligible first, I'm like, wait a minute. 72? And as soon as I heard that, I was like, well, that's going to Bowles.
Obviously didn't hear that. That should have been a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey,
had it worked, though, that would have been like everyone would have been saying,
brilliant.
There you go. Brilliant. They would have been, oh my God, greatest call ever.
You could have floated that to him.
Yeah.
That's all he needed to do.
We've been saying that too often about Sean Payton lately. It was that, if it worked, he would have looked like a genius. Yeah, and if my mom was a man, she'd be my dad. You know, it's one of those things. Okay, it didn't work. So no, you don't get the credit of being a genius when it doesn't work.
I didn't say he gets the credit. I'm saying if had it have worked,
it should have worked. But
I do agree.
There's been a lot of when I saw who the hell did he throw that to?
Yeah.
Bowles. What the hell?
What was the plan there? They'll never see it coming, guys. It's a good idea because they'll never see it coming.
It was a good idea if he catches it and it's a better throw. I just think you need to start trusting Bo a little bit more.
That's why
he's got to stop just doing these dinks and dunks, and they're great, but you got to start integrating some middle of the field passing, some intermediate passing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going bubble screen. Hey, let's throw it long. And then you wonder why it's overthrown.
Yeah.
Come on,
man. Why it's not working. It's like, it's an obvious long passing situation to begin with.
Yeah. And then you just run when you shouldn't run and pass when you shouldn't pass. Yeah. We need a little bit more of that. So I think they're going to figure that out, though. Those are, I mean, at this point, we probably easily could be undefeated.
We could also be. And
it doesn't matter in a few weeks. It's not going to matter. Nobody's going to say, well, they should have done that. They should have done that. As long as you keep winning and getting better.
Foul.
Am I wrong?
Hey, you're correct. We're getting close. It is halftime here. Before we go on halftime, there was one comment here, and now it's gone. Here it is from Andrew. It's week 6. Don't want to show the whole playbook this early. I bring this up not because I want to make fun of you or anything, Andrew, call you out, put you on the spot. I want to call this out because, guys, believe it or not, and I cannot believe this myself. We're going into week 8. halfway through the
We're at the halfway point, guys.
It was a third of the way through the season yesterday, and we were talking about the Titans game 2 days ago. Okay, we're halfway through this season. It is time. Like, this is where you talk about teams being in mid-season form. If this is the Broncos' mid-season form, so when you're talking about they need to figure it out, they need to figure it out 3 games ago.
I'm not worried until first, second week of November. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
November's in 2 weeks.
20th. It's October 20th.
The
first week of October is not this game, but the game after that. So they have to figure it out this week. I'm right there with you, Scott. I agree.
Next 5 games, I thought we needed to win 4. That's what I thought we needed to win. We got one.
Chiefs are heating up, though. That may not be good enough.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, but they got to be in bed before 8, before Matlock starts. So,
would you rather be a Charger fan right now?
Oh, God.
There are many of those.
Since this is halftime, can we talk about? Of course, they lost. It wasn't just because they would have lost to any team they played yesterday. Because did you see how ugly those piss yellow jerseys are? I would ask for a trade. I'd be like, you want me to wear what? Get me out of here. Of course they lost the game. Those were disgusting.
I think they thought they were playing. I think they thought they were playing baseball and playing against the Bananas. I don't know.
The Bananas.
I think they came out to play the wrong sport. Scoreboard.
The Savannah Bananas. Yeah. They modeled out there. But it's okay. Sorry. I saw that on the big screen. I was like, what the are they wearing?
That's your Godsmack. That's your Godsmack. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, it is halftime here at Bourbon Broncos No BS post-game podcast live. We do this show every Monday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, breaking down the previous week's game and talking about everything that we learned and we saw and doing our slightly less than instant reactions and getting your guys' takes on it as well. Obviously, a lot of soapboxes and everything tonight, which is perfectly fine after what was it was about to be an incredible, terrible loss turned into an incredible, terribly amazing win. So obviously lots of emotions tonight, but appreciate you guys chiming in the comments. I see them. You guys are great and appreciate you guys being here and joining the conversation. Every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we got Bourbon Broncos No BS, our flagship show at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So make sure you tune in for that. We got the pregame podcast live most weeks. This last week, guys, sorry, we did lots of scheduling conflicts, people out of town and whatnot. We do get a Jared back fairly soon. So be on Jared Hunt, guys. You're going to see him here before too long. And he's he's been a lot of places the last several months. And jail may or may not have been one of them. There was also Botox surgery involved in there.
His legal team asked that we didn't bring that up on the air.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about cut that.
We'll edit that out.
We're live.
Ruh-roh.
Oops.
So just don't comment on Jared's Botox when you see him in a few days here. Anyway, game day, guys. Don't forget pregame show. The Tailgate Talk live show starts 1 hour before kickoff. Taking your last minute questions and comments, going down through the inactive lists and any other last minute information, getting this all ready for kickoff. And then we have our halftime hash show, which is live at halftime as well for every single Broncos game. We are the original halftime show. I guarantee it. This was our idea. Nobody else was doing it. This was shortly after Facebook Live was a new thing. And yes, I will brag about it because now everybody else is doing it. So if you see us doing that, jump on in because I know what you do when halftime starts. You grab your phone, you see what's going on, you eat your snacks and all that stuff. Head on over to Bourbon Broncos No BS. Join us for the halftime show. To announce the follow-up from what we did last week for the Jets game, the Broncos are going to play the Texans, I believe, on November 2nd.
Which is not a month away, which is 2 weeks away.
No, it is 2 weeks away. Yes, the Texans, November 2nd at 11 a.m. We are going to be doing a full game coverage of that game. Like I said, we're going to do one away game a month. So November's away game for the month will be the Texans. Join us 1 hour live starting at 10 a.m. Mountain Time for that game. And then we'll be live throughout the entirety of the game, just commenting and everything, talking to you, reacting and everything as we break it down live. So join us for that then. But like I said, tons of stuff here. Make sure you're following us on YouTube and Facebook and all the different places to see all the other videos and whatnot. And then there's a thing above Adam's head right there. It says broncosandbourbon.com. That's right. That's our website, guys. Make sure you go sign up for free right now or as soon as this show ends. Check out the articles. You can see all of the latest videos, podcasts, video, all the different things that we do, the live shows, all right there on the website. We're also kind of working and tweaking on building a fan section where you can post your own pictures to share. It's like a Facebook, if you will, or Instagram of Broncos country, sharing off your own Broncos, gear and setups and everything that you want to just kind of highlight, how big of a Broncos fan you are. So make sure you go sign up at broncosandbourbon.com for free and check out Adam's latest article talking about Sean Payton. So see how you like that. Okay, on to the second half of the show. Hope you guys got forgot the orange slices for you guys. I'm sorry.
This one time. My blood sugar is getting low, but this one time.
I will say I was a little distracted today, which is probably why I got to give a shout out to my dad, who's an electrician. And the only reason I'm able to do this show on my computer tonight is because he came up from Palmer Lake to help fix an electrical problem in which I had no power in my office. Weird issue. He got fixed in like no time. The time it took him to drive up and fix it was like, yeah, it wasn't worth it, but he did it anyway, and I appreciate him. So big shout out to my dad for helping
Round of applause
and making
Papa
the show.
Dandino.
With that being said,
did you try turning it off and turning it back on, Kev?
I did. And
I always
that's
do
the
that.
one thing I do.
With the
The one
breaker.
thing I do.
Flip it back
Unfortunately, that's about the extent of my knowledge. So I can be like, oh, I can do that, but after that, it's like, well, now it's broke. So anyway, let's get into the second part of the show, guys. We've been doing a lot of talking about the offense, and rightly so. But let's highlight the offense, and I think let's spend the second part of the show here really highlighting all the awesome things we saw in the fourth quarter, especially. Take it away, Adam. Let's start with you. What's one of the first things that kind of just stands out to you when it comes to the fourth quarter, there, man? And if you need me to take it away first, I can't. But
what stands out about that fourth quarter? The fact that I think when Bo scores the second touchdown, there's that little spark, and the thing enters in your mind is that it's at least possible now. It's at least possible. And then Dart throws the interception, and it just had the feeling. I don't know about it in the stadium. It had the feeling at home like that was it. That was the momentum changing play that we needed to get back into it. And then I think as a young team, they have a ton of momentum. But I had a feeling if the first sign of resistance, the first sign when things weren't going their way, that they were going to fold. And I thought you saw them crumble a little bit. I thought you saw New York blink at the same time when Denver was galvanized, and they were like, okay, all right, game's on now. So I think for whatever you saw in that first half, again, I usually have a really good answer for stuff. I don't have a good answer for that. So we'll get back to that one.
Well, here, I'll tell you mine just really quickly. Obviously, I think sometimes in a game like that, when your team is just not able to get going in any direction, you just need a lucky bounce. And I think it was that tip into who was it that caught the first touchdown? Franklin. Yeah. So the fact it tipped into his hands and he was able to get his feet down to get the touchdown, it's like the dam finally broke, right? Yeah. Sometimes you just need that lucky break. Now, the Giants got theirs in return, so they can't say the ball didn't bounce in our direction. Not you got one too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But we got ours, and it opened up the dams there, and those guys were able to go out there. And I think that was really one of the highlights for me. It wasn't that it was an amazing play. It was well defended going to Cortland Sutton there. But it was just awesome to see that this team can take something like that and get momentum and take advantage of those situations from there. John, Scott.
Well, go ahead, Scott.
I was just going to say, the one thing I've been harping on this defense, because they're great. They're great. But to be truly great, you got to get a turnover when you need it. You need that interception to turn it around. You need that scoop and score. You need a strip ball from a receiver or a running back. And this team has not done this. And I'm telling you, if they can figure this part out, this team is going to be unstoppable, whether they play offensively like they did in the first 3 quarters. But you start getting some short fields, some momentum shifters. We just have not had them. And that's what set the no-fly zone apart. You get a Talib interception, a pick 6. You get freaking Derek Wolf just mauling somebody until he fumbled.
Playing angry. Yeah,
we haven't
exactly.
seen it. I mean, if they're going to make penalties because you're saying, you know what? I don't give a crap about who you are, and I'm going to make this 15-yard penalty worth my time, not these garbage ticky-tack stuff.
Yeah.
And then make them nervous about catching the ball. Make them nervous about running the ball. Hell, make them nervous about touching the ball. Hey, man, I'm that receiver that never gets targeted. Woo! I'm not going to get killed today. This team has that kind of talent. They just haven't brought it forth. I mean, the most aggression I've seen is Greenlaw chasing down that referee. Well, we did get a timely interception at least this week.
Thank God.
So,
Justin Sternad, man, dude.
I want some anger in this defense all the way through, and definitely in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Yeah, I hear you, Scott. And I think turnovers are one of those things that are hard. I mean, they happen when they happen, and I think there's a lot of times where maybe team ends the season not getting as many as you would expect. I have faith with the level of this defense, and maybe we didn't see it as much yesterday, but I think the turnovers are coming. They have to. They're just bound.
They have to be.
They have
to be.
And to KW's point, there were 2 interception possibilities on Sunday that would have ended the game when we were up the first time around. So they're coming. I think they're coming. I'm really not that worried about it. This is a top tier defense. It's going to happen. And hopefully, in 5 weeks, we're not still having the same conversation. But that interception is the difference in the game. There's a lot of things. Difference
100%.
That if that interception doesn't happen, and look, Sean Payton talked about this in his press conference as well. Like, we don't win this game without that interception. And for all that we talked about our inside linebackers and Sternad and Singleton, like for it to come from him, that he had half a sack, a full sack in this game, and he's he's in the top 50 for the league in sacks, and for him to have the interception was awesome. And our offense got to the point where it's like they could do nothing wrong once they got the ball, almost is what it felt like. And that was, that was part of it. They got it at the 19-yard line, and they pretty much easily scored. That run from Nix, 18-yard run. Like, what a play. We want to talk about not giving Sean Payton credit. He gets credit for that play. That was one hell of a play design to get that third touchdown and be down by 3 at that point with, I think, 4 minutes left or something like that. So that interception, we were already on the right track, and that if they punted, if they take more time off the clock, there's not enough time left, like we talked about.
Yeah. Oh man, freaking crazy, guys. One thing that I was concerned about going, thinking on the drive home and kind of hearing some of the callers on the radio and stuff. I really hope that obviously, you see a team winning and getting those wins racked up like the Broncos are right now, 4 wins in a row. But you just hope that they don't start to not take the, the things they need to fix as seriously.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's nobody in the building. And this is where I'm trusting the Sean Payton culture that I've been ranting and raving about how amazing it is for the last year plus, right? I know it. So I'm going to trust that this isn't going to be the case. And part of what Sean Payton said here, I'll read it out, kind of helps me, feel okay about it. But, you got to still recognize that you won, but that doesn't mean that you maybe should have won.
Exactly.
There are so many things that you need to address that you cannot continue to operate the way you are and continue to expect to find success. So Sean Payton said, and this is from our friend Jeff Legwold over at ESPN, but he tweeted out after the game, Broncos coach Sean Payton expressed some of his displeasure in the team's performance Sunday night after the Broncos' historical comeback when they scored 33 fourth quarter points to defeat the Giants. But Monday he had more to say. We gave up 5 or 6 third and 10s or fourth and long conversions. Defensively, that's nuts. Offensively, we really didn't amount to anything until we were in the end of the game. Fourth quarter, mental errors, mistakes, snaps, wrong reads, you name it. So, long thing to read out, I know, but what I want to highlight there is he sees it. He sees that the problems are extensive. It's not just it's not like the John Elway, frame of thought of we're one player away from getting back in the playoffs. So let's go find 1 or 2 like top tier, pay him all this money guys. And it's like, it never works. Right. So there's a lot of problems that they need to address. So I just hope that the players are in touch with that reality as well.
Well, and they're aware of it because this is the second post-game press conference I've heard from him where he's talking about after a game like this.
Where's the improvement?
Well, just the historical record of teams that either for this week had this type of comeback win don't typically fare well a vast majority of the time the following week. And he said that against the Jets, or when we won in London as well, a team that doesn't have a bye and loses a vast majority of the time. So he's already thinking about, okay, how do we need to? But the problem is he said that against the Jets, and then they came out and looked like this for the first 3 quarters. So, I mean, I hate being negative on the show right now because we have, 13 minutes left and we need to be glorifying what the heck we watched for a quarter. But, he's already thinking about that. It's just about, I want to see it now mean something the following week. And I mean, look, a 33-10 to 32 win shouldn't feel the way it does, but that was a historic fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Did you guys see some of the numbers on this? I'm going to say them out loud just because I don't know if everybody heard them. For the first time in NFL history, did a team score 33 points in the fourth quarter after being shut out for the first 3 quarters. On top of that, before yesterday, teams with an 18-plus point lead with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter had a record of 1,062-0. And now that record is 1,062-1. And that's why I'm saying don't leave the stadium.
You're off by 600 games, Kevin. It was 1,602. The last.
Oh my God.
602.
My dyslexia.
And you're dyslexia. And on top of that, it's only happened once since the merger, and it was in 2003. So historic. This is a once in a lifetime game that we just watched. As painful as the first 3 quarters were, this was one that we're not going to forget anytime soon.
Yep, agreed.
Well, I personally take this, and my optimistic self says we have so much room to grow.
We do.
I think
we do.
We played like crap for 3 quarters, and even one half of our team played not great in the fourth quarter. We gave up way too many stupid long plays.
Yeah.
just watching these guys run 50 yards after catching the ball off a tipped or overthrown pass or that run up the middle.
Right.
Where is our run integrity here?
Wasn't there yesterday.
But then I think, you know what? They're going to fix that. They're not a bunch of morons. This is not a team of people that don't know what they're doing, but they need to start understanding. Do your job. Back up. Help other people when they don't do their job and teach them to do their job and become tighter. And this stuff won't happen like it has. And so there's a lot of optimism in that regard. The offense will come around. It has the ability to do it. I think we got some real talent, but we can't drop passes that we should catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
I
dropping
hate-
easy receptions.
Can we need to petition the NFL to make there's incompletions and then there's dropped passes. I hate the dropped passes, and this isn't just for Bo Nix, it's across the board. I hate that dropped passes, things that clearly hit the receiver in the hands, are catchable by any other player in the NFL, are then dropped, should not count against the quarterback's stats. If it's uncatchable, that's incomplete and counts against them, right? Whether it was well defended, earlier in the run or whatever. But I just hate that, you see it in this situation, there were 5 or 6 easily in the first 3 quarters dropped passes.
Yeah.
And this is the story of every week, guys. How many every week? I'm saying there were 3, 4, 5, 6 dropped passes that should have been caught by anybody. And each week you see those count against Bo Nix, and you're like, and then people go, "Oh, his passing percentage isn't that great." I'm like, yeah, but a good percentage of that is not his fault.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I did not like that some people that have shown up didn't show up. Where was Hua? Did you see him
out there?
Yeah,
he was okay game.
I just did not see that play.
Not the same presence
signature
as weeks before. I'll notice that.
And Bonito, my Bonito Express, must have been stuck in the station because he was not impacting like he normally does.
Well, here's the deal, Mr. Flagman. I think that they game planned against Bonito because, once again, Jonathan Cooper had 1.5 sacks, and now he's fourth in the league all of a sudden in sacks.
I agree.
Defensive player of the week last week. He's got to be on the, potentially winning that this week as well. Probably not, but still, now he's getting his turn because Bonito is having that effect on the offensive line. So I can't really count out Bonito because he didn't get to register a sack this game. It may have lost me money. I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. But
maybe it did. Maybe it did. 500.
I made money on Cooper.
What's money?
To that point, John, I mean, Zach Allen has been seeing more one-on-ones. I think he had a sack yesterday, a big sack late. John Franklin Myers has been playing a lot better the last couple of weeks. It's just it is. I mean, Bonito didn't get on the stat sheet yesterday, but if you saw any of those dropbacks, they made sure that there was at least 2 guys who had where they knew where he was at all times. So, and you're going to start seeing that more. But you're also seeing the fruits of that too.
Yeah.
With this defense,
they're not going to be able to do that more against this rookie quarterback. I kind of thought they'd get 5 or 6. Okay, and I'm disappointed. It was 4. And that's really bad to be like that,
right?
Or is it?
First world problem. With 4 sacks in the game.
Yes,
exactly. 100%. Any other defense gets 4 sacks in a game. That's a really good day. It was all right.
You're like, that's it. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, hey, we are getting close to the end of the show, guys. Don't stick around. There's a few more comments from us left that you're going to want to hear. I did promise, if you read the comments from where I posted this everywhere, I told you that I would have 33 points for why exactly the Broncos won the game, but you would have to wait for the last 5 minutes. That's coming up here soon. So just kidding. I don't have 33 points.
He's been writing them down. We saw the list beforehand.
Yeah.
It's exhaustive. It's exhaustive.
Right? Exactly. There are sub points too. It's not just 30. It's more like 102 in total.
Kevdan is nothing if not thorough. So
exactly. Hey guys, again, make sure you check out all of our content. We got the Monday night show, this one, the postgame podcast live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Join us tomorrow night, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time for Bourbon Broncos No BS. Make sure you check out the pregame podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Make sure you check us out there. And then on game day, we're playing the Cowboys in week 8 here. It is week 8, right? I am not going crazy.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. So it is week 8. And it's going to be a tough game. Both teams have a lot on the line. Both teams, you just don't know what's going to happen with either team, who's going to show up. So, but home crowd, I think we're all energized. It's going to be a great day. Yes. And make sure you join us 1 hour before kickoff. Make sure you join us for the halftime show. If you're going to the game, you are more than welcome to join us at Scott's Tailgate, the Flagman Tailgate in the back of Lot C. Just look for the place that has over 100 flags flying. Is it 120 plus now?
Yeah, and then you start counting the ones we've hung on the tent and on the tables.
Yeah.
We might be over 130 some games.
It's hard to miss.
I've lost count.
And that's, John, that's exactly my point. We had some people come up this last week saying, yeah, I heard about you on the podcast. You said it wasn't hard to miss, and you were right. Okay. So don't look for the one that's flying like 2 flags or 3 flags. I'm sure they're nice little tiny tailgates. There's nothing wrong with that. Come to ours. Great people, great food, great drinks. It's just a great time, and you are all more than welcome and invited. So come on out and tailgate with us in the back of Lot C, the south side there of Lot C. Okay, let's do some closing thoughts, guys. Absolutely love to see it. The Broncos on a 4-game win streak, 5-2, which again, you go back to when we were 1-2, and it had been like, I don't know how we're going to get out of this hole, right? But here we are. We haven't said this show yet, I don't think. We are solely on top of the AFC West, and we have not been able to say that in way too long.
9 years,
so, yeah. So, look, it's only halfway through the season. I know that the season doesn't end today, but just to say we're on top right now, and everyone's looking up at us. I like where we're sitting. So, but Broncos wearing the throwback jerseys this week against the Cowboys. They're going to be looking sick. Give us some extra energy and whatnot, some motivation. So get ready for it, guys. But closing thoughts, Adam, we'll start with you, good sir. What do you have for us, man?
All right, so
hold on. I'm sorry. Part of the clip, I had to read this out because 1, it's Sean, and 2, just and fans say, "Who shall we lean on to guide us to victory? Lean on me, my brethren, for I am constantly consistent, and I shall guide you to victory." Mitch Frabroni said before at halftime, actually during this last week's game. So
you mean all pro Mitch Frabroni? Let's put some
all pro. Mitch Frabroni. So thank you for sure. I did not know that he said that, but I can understand how that's what got him going.
That makes sense now. It makes sense now.
Adam, sorry to interrupt, buddy.
Totally makes sense.
What you got for us?
I've been thinking about this ever since the end of the game, and there have been some platitudes for Bo Chapman-Nix and for engineering literally a historic comeback last night, and the reception that he's got has been like, oh, that was nice. So I'm not gonna build up Bo, because we all know who he is. I'm gonna tear down somebody who should be torn down, and that is Jackson freaking Dart. Chris Sims, who is paid the guy who spells his name like a delta. So he could only either be a delta or a quarterback, and he just happens to be both. Anyway, Chris Sims, who is paid by PAF with money, I'm assuming, said that last drive from Jackson Dart was magical for a sack, 2 overthrows, and 2 picks that should have been like, I'm sorry, like, no. Jackson Dart is just Drew Lock with different bling, and I'm sorry. For all my G-Men friends out there, I would have been really pissed. I would have been pissed if that were me on the other side of that. But like literally, give Bo his flowers, because he's one of one. Today he did something that was 1 of 1, and I'm off my soapbox now too. So John, take it away.
Love it.
Yeah, that was an interesting last point there, Adam, to just tear down Jackson Dart.
Different approach.
Do
That's
the
not
hate.
a bad thing.
I
applaud
didn't
it.
see
I
that
applaud
Gotta
coming.
get it out.
I didn't
get it
see
out.
that coming at all. Yeah, I mean, valid point. Yeah, it wasn't. That last Giants drive is. I have a lot of thoughts. Again, I could spend another hour on that one.
Right.
But no, this is a historic, once in a lifetime as a fan, as a player, game. And if we see, I hope we don't have to see this again. 33 points,
Right.
The comeback of the century. But look, the defense is going to figure it out. I'm not worried about it. It was in my mind, this performance was an anomaly, and the offense just needs to take the momentum from that fourth quarter and carry it forward. But look, I just want to stay on the positive because it was so historic, and like we're not going to be able to do this again against the Cowboys. Even like they're going to be a better team. The Giants defense is not. Look, the Cowboys defense isn't great either, but we've shown multiple weeks in a row now that we need something to spark our offense, and it's taken way too long to see it in 2 games against defenses that are. And so we have another one this week, but guess what? Their offense is a lot better than what we have faced the last 2 weeks, and we're going to need our defense to be consistent and come back to life. And the big plays we haven't seen all this year until this game. That wide open first touchdown, the run from 𝐁𝐫𝐬𝐬 that was. I don't know what's going on there. And then that's not our defense. We know that. The rest of the league knows that. The turnovers are coming. And so what I take away from this game, everybody go back and watch that fourth quarter because you will have goosebumps. At one point or another, and maybe on the last drive like I had, it's phenomenal. So let's carry that momentum forward so that we don't have to be as negative after a 33-32 game.
Yeah, well said, John. Scott, buddy, you're up.
All right. Well, first off, I don't think Adam was tearing down Jackson Dart.
Oh, I was.
We hate Phil Simms. Phil Simms mainly because, wait a minute, Chris Simms, mainly because he's Phil Simms' kid. We hate Phil Simms. You're probably not old enough to realize, but Phil Simms sucks. I'm going to just say that. So
I did
have a Matlock reference.
Angry at.
Let's tear down other people in there.
Second off, we are doing nothing but Mile High Magic and Bonito Expresses at the tailgate this week because we're going to get the mojo going with the right stuff. Because we saw some Mile High Magic. We were missing a little bit of the Bonito Express. But next week, when you don't have a choice, that's what you're drinking.
Yep.
And lastly, but not leastly, the offense is going to be okay. It's going to come around. I'm telling you, we are going to have a breakout game. And I think it's going to be against the Cowboys. And Dak Prescott's going to be trying all kinds of crazy crap, and he's going to be running around, and he's going to be getting his ass kicked without a ball in his hand, and it's going to be going our way. So that's what I predict.
I love it.
That'll be done.
And Roy, it was good seeing you this week.
Yeah, I haven't seen Roy in the comments, so I'm not sure if he's going to go back and listen to this later. I'm going to give him a shout out tomorrow, too, or next time I see him in the comments. But Roy, one of the fans I'm sure you guys have seen in the comments here before, he's probably just traveling or whatever, which is why he's not here. But he came to the tailgate yesterday. It was great meeting him. So like I said, we have fans from here. Come to the tailgate. You won't be alone, I promise you. Tons of great people. So, Roy, thank you for coming out, and it was really great meeting you, buddy, if you listen to this later. Look, I do want to also give a final shout-out to the about 25 Giants fans who were brave enough to post their entire fourth quarter reactions videos to the internet today. Because I didn't think today would be like, I knew I would feel good today. I didn't think I would just feel so euphoric today. And they didn't get older. I probably still am going to watch another 10 to 15 tonight, I'm sure. And they're each uniquely special in their own way. You know, it's not just the same. So thank you to everybody. Your misery made me feel so much happier today. You might be a little delusional. I'm just going to say that. Anyway, guys, look, the Broncos have a lot of things to work on. But what we saw, what?
5-2.
5-2. Exactly. So here's what we've seen from the Broncos is they don't give up until the game is literally over. I think that's what, you know, they learned that and solidified that in weeks 2 and 3 this year, that you just do not stop no matter what until the very end, no matter what situation you're in. And we've seen them in literally the worst situation you could try to come back from in NFL history, and they did it. So you can't count these guys out. If it's a 14-point game with 5 minutes left, it's not like the Broncos of 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, where unless you're within a field goal and 10 minutes to go, like there's really not much hope for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, Brad, dude, you're starting. I'm going to give you some flowers right there, man. Applause to you. You're seeing the light. You're understanding what we're seeing. You see the frustrations we see. I know that information down there in Australia might take a little longer to get down to you, so that's okay. I understand. But I'm glad that you're coming around, dude, and it's good to see you on the show, buddy. Thanks for chiming in.
You're a smart guy, Brad.
Smart guy, Brad. I always thought he was. But look, the Broncos, when you have a team that's willing to fight until the very end and just stay positive, stay focused, and just not give up on each other, even when they see tons of fans leaving the stadium, they don't stop driving. That's a team that I think in the long run, you can build something really special around. So again, this is a team that's building. Bo Nix is only in his second year. Like, let's wait to see what this guy is doing in year 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Like when he has a ton of experience and he's just out there throwing the rock around and making things look amazing. So anyway, guys, it's been awesome. Dart. Any other comments here? Let's see. Was Dart crying at the end? He might have been.
He was.
Like it. Was he really?
Brian Burns was.
He was.
Was he really? Well, Brian Burns. That's. But when your quarterback cries, like we had Paxton Lynch cry during that Raiders game, and I will never forgive him for that. So did he? I never looked close enough at his reaction. Was he?
There was some wetness. There wasn't like full on like.
Was it sweat?
It looked like tears to me.
He did say that they had already won the game when they in fact had not won the game.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Man.
All right. Well, hey, Adam, John, Scott, the Flagman, thank you very much for joining me tonight. As always, you guys are fantastic co-hosts. Thank you to everybody who tuned in for the comments and chimed in and chatted and shared your thoughts. You're always fantastic. And again, we will continue to do this as long as you keep tuning in. But we've been talking for well over an hour at this point. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time for even more chit-chat. We'll see you there. But I've got nothing left to say other than end the show as we always do on a very strong Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Yes, the Dart sucks.
Let's do it.